give a very big warm welcome to Mama L, everybody.
Oh, close to that, yeah. Hey, people. Y'all are my peeps. Okay, I'm supposed, 5 minutes I'm supposed to stay on script. Oh, that's so hard for me. So anyway, my story starts on February 7th, 2009. Actually, February 8th at 12:10 in the morning when I get a phone call from a stranger in California telling me that my daughter has been hit by a drunk driver and that she's in Scripps La Jolla Trauma Center in the ICU on a ventilator, and I need to get there as fast as I can. And I remember hanging up the phone and doubling over and making a sound that I'd never heard before, and realizing that it was me making that sound. And so I spent the rest of that day making preparations to get to San Diego, and I got there at 4 o'clock, and by that time she had been declared brain dead, and they were going to start looking for people that needed her organs. And for the first time in her life, 24 years, I didn't know where she was. I knew where her body was, but I didn't know where she was. And it was anguish. I couldn't hear her voice. I could see her, but she was gone, and like thoroughly gone. And I had these questions like, where are you? Do you know that I love you still? Do you know that we love you? Do you know that we miss you? And there were no answers at that time. So the gentleman responsible for her death was arrested and sentenced to 20 to life for vehicular manslaughter and murder. And I went, that was at the end of 2009. So I spent 2009 going back and forth from Central Florida to San Diego, because every time he was in the courtroom, we were in the courtroom. And the last trial was the sentencing part, and he got 20 to life, and I'm leaving, packed up, going home on the plane, and I'm sitting in the way back. That's all I could afford, is the way back, in the middle seat on the left side of the plane. And I'm watching people come down the aisle to find their seats. And I was enraged, I was in despair, I looked like I'd been dragged backwards through a knothole, if you can imagine. And I noticed this tall Asian man coming down the aisle, and he was just really, 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 really handsome. And he looked like a model, and I just kept thinking, don't sit next to me. Please don't sit next to me. I'm not sure if I said it out loud, I don't think I did, but don't sit next to me, please don't sit next to me. And he keeps coming in, and he's gorgeous, he's tall, he's got this colored hair that only models have, and he had this bag, this big leather bag the color of butterscotch, and it probably cost more than everything in my closet, including my shoes. And I was just, please God, don't let him sit next to me. Well, you know, of course he sat next to me. So I had a choice, as I had been learning all this time that I have a choice how I live my life. And so I thought, I'm just going to go to sleep, But then I noticed that he had these tattoos, a sleeve of lily tattoos on his arm. And I'm a sucker for tattoos. I love tattoos, and I love the stories behind tattoos. So I just said, screw sleeping, I'm going to talk to this gentleman. And so really, if you, I'm laughing, but it was like a really bittersweet moment. So anyway, I said, those lilies, that's the most beautiful tattoo of lilies I've ever seen. And he says to me, they're in memory of my partner who was killed by a drunk driver 3 years ago. I know, so I was like, time just stopped. Just stopped. I remember there was no sound, and I felt like on the verge of something incredible. He said, I do have another tattoo. I have the first line of his favorite poem tattooed on my ribs. Would you like to see it?
Get your money moment.
I said, of course I said yes. You all would have said yes too. So he raised his shirt. Okay, he raised his shirt, and there was the first line of my daughter's favorite poem by E. Cummings. I carry your heart, I carry it in mine. And that was my daughter telling me. I knew I carried her heart in mine. That was her telling me through this miracle that she carried my heart in her heart. And I learned then that love is stronger than death. So, thank you.